Hello, everyone. This is Kiersten with Fox Pointe Publishing, and welcome to the first Fox Talk Facebook Live streaming event of 2022. And we're in January. And can you believe it's like almost the end of January? That's just crazy. I was trying to figure when the last time we did this. It was December 14th, and so much stuff has happened. And I'm going to tell you guys all about it. And I have 5 willing participants in my instigated. Yes, I'm the instigator of the group, and I say we should really do this, and we should get on to Facebook stream live. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Anyway, all right. So Kiersten Hall with Fox Pointe, and on the screens here I have Thea Kvamme. She is the author of now her 2nd book. Do you have the books to hold up? And you're muted.
I have one.
You have one. We'll put it in front of the camera. It's by your ear. Okay, there it is. All right, so Vapors of Sadness. It is the 2nd in the Mousedraken series, and that particular book I hear is going to be chatted about on the radio station, the local radio station that covers southern Minnesota and northern Iowa next week. Yeah, so that's pretty exciting, and we're gonna do all sorts of fun things with that book. And so that's Thea, and she's already working on her 3rd book, and it's a total different end of the spectrum, and I'll have her explain that. And then we have Emma down there. Emma is getting married this year, and I sent her my I Do book, and that's like her study guide, and she really needs to start reading that. I just got something in my eye. Okay.
I will.
Yeah. Emma is one of our editors, proofreaders. She's one of the picky group that she does an excellent job. Chelsea has got a great crew for the editing department. Then we have Carmen Tribbett on here. She has her 5th book out. Do you have your copy? There you go. Yep, it's the Monster Dog. What Shall I Be When I Grow Up? That is the 5th in the Monster Dog series. That just came out last week too, along with Thea's book. And then we also have Amy Kerns on here. And next week is Harlow Learns He's Loved. Okay, gotta put your book. There we go. And actually, yeah, that Harlow Learns He's Loved. It's really cute. It's well, I'll let her tell you when we get to that. But on the same page, on the same group page, Books by Fox Pointe, that you're watching this on, if you scroll down a little and click on the YouTube link for Harlow Learns He's Loved, you'll see the new book trailer for it. It's very good. She took the creative reins on it and put it together, and it looks awesome. And then we also have on here Chelsea Farr. She is actually, well, put it this way, if she didn't exist, none of us would even be here, really. So yeah, she does an extraordinary job. She's one of the co-publishers, also the editor-in-chief. She does designing. She is very, very talented, and actually started at a very young age. Anyway, all right, so the first person we're going to actually pick on is the person who moved out of state and is now, yeah, December, there's a lot of things that happened. One of which, Chelsea moved to Denver, Colorado. And I look at the weather every day, and it's like 50, really pretty down there. And here we're sitting in -30 up in Minnesota. So Chelsea, do you want to tell us everything that's happened to you in the last 5 or 6 weeks? Go.
Sure. So moving was horrible. I hate moving so much, but we were living in a house in Minnesota, and then we had to downsize and put most of our stuff in storage because we're starting out here with a house sitting job and then getting our own place in the summer. So it's just a pain in the butt. But yeah, really nice weather here. They didn't get snow here until December 31st, which was actually not great, you know, for our water supply and the environment and stuff. But now we're getting a ton of snow, but it melts really fast, but then more comes, so it's good.
All right. And well, and actually I should let you guys know, this is how out of practice I am that we haven't done this in like, what, 6 weeks. the easiest way to win a book off of this, if you can ask any one of us a question. So we've got Thea and Amy and Carmen are authors. Myself, I'm sales. I'm also an author and sales and all that good fun stuff. And then Emma and Chelsea are editors, proofreaders, all that kind of thing. If you have any questions for us, put it in the chat box, and every question you ask earns you a chance to win books. And so we will be giving away a paperback of Harlow Learns He's Loved. You could be the very first person. Well, no, actually, technically you won't, because we've been doing pre-orders for this for the last few months. But you could be one of the very first people. So Harlow Learns He's Loved by Amy, and she'll tell us more about that and how that all came to be. And then you could win a soft cover of Mousetrack and Vapors of Sadness, who, by the way, not only Thea wrote it, but Chelsea also designed it. So that is all Chelsea's fancy work in there. And then
Illustrated by Samantha Hinton.
the what, hen?
Oh, there's a bad echo. Illustrated by Samantha Hinton.
Yes, Samantha Hinton, also out of Austin, Minnesota. I'm also going to give away a copy of The Monster Dog, What Shall I Be When I Grow Up? 5th in the series from Carmen Tribbett. So if you have her other 4 books, there you go, number 5. And then also Care Deeply, which is the 5th in the World of Difference series by Kim Hanzo, who also did the illustrations for Amy's book. So there you go. A lot of cross all over the place. And Chelsea does a good job keeping track of it, because man, I don't know if I could. You do a lovely job. All right, Amy, tell us about Harlow Learns He's Loved and what's been going on in your world.
Yeah, so Harlow Learns He's Loved is really a near and dear story to my heart. It's about a hedgehog who lives with a fox family, some really cute characters, and a new little baby fox joins the family, and he's sort of confused and not sure what to do. And you know, he goes through a series of attempts to sort of win his parents' affection back, and it's just really sweet. And you'll have to read it to see what happens. But it's really about the love of a family, no matter what your family looks like. If it's blended, if it's singular, if it's any type of family, there's all the love there, and parents really show that affection for their kids no matter who they are. So it's a really sweet story.
It is a sweet story. And I'm gonna put out some of the illustrations by Kim here. Again, Kim does an extraordinary job of these illustrations.
She really brought it to life. She
Yeah.
really did a great job.
Yep,
It's
she
such
did.
a sweet story, and I think her art style just fits your writing style perfectly.
Yep. Now this is the first
I
in a series of the Harlow book, right?
Yes, I'm actually almost done writing my second, so that'll be new for you guys soon. But I've been working on that in the background. So.
All right. Well, very cool. And didn't you have a fox come and visit you like about a month ago or so in your backyard?
We have a ton of fox here. I pretty much see a fox every 2-3 days.
Wow.
They're everywhere. They're so cute. I actually love them.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Any hedgehogs?
They're very cute. No hedgehogs yet. No hedgehogs yet. But there are gophers. I see a lot of gophers, which is fun.
Well, and actually, Harlow the Hedgehog official release date is February 2nd, which is typically Groundhog's Day. But I think Punxsutawney Phil has done his run. I think we need to move Harlow the Hedgehog into it and make it officially Hedgehog Day. I mean, matter of fact, I've been calling it Hedgehog Day for so long now that I'm like, Groundhog Day. No, it's Hedgehog Day. It just sounds better, I think.
Yeah, same. I agree. I'm ready to rebrand it. Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely need to do that. I will think of fun things to do on February 2nd. I've already been formulating ideas, but anyway. All right. So Carmen,
Yes.
we're going to pick on you next. You want to tell us about Monster Dog 5 and Tossie? And
Well, it's Tassie narrates the books. And so she asks, what shall I be when I grow up? And there's a series of vocations that she is interested in, for example, being an accountant or maybe teaching math. And of course, illustrations in this book are wonderful. They're done by Katie Hunter-Dose, who's done all 5 of Tassi's books. This will be the final of the series. And yeah, there she is. She's absolutely fearless, and so she's going to be an astronaut. And she is Chinese and Tibetan because she's a Shih Tzu, but she could be president.
She could
And
be.
then this picture is just too wonderful of her being on the farm because she likes our garden and she thinks she'd really like a big farm. And you'll notice the tail has
Oh.
ribbon
Oh.
on it.
Yep.
The artist, Katie Hunter-Dose, is wonderful. And I think that picture is delightful. And she's more than half of the book, actually. And so this is the 5th and final dog book, unless Tassi does a book of prayers.
And I will also say too that Chelsea also designed this book. So
Yeah.
you've got the pictures and all, and then you've got the flip side.
And this would have made a wonderful cover, that picture you just showed.
Oh,
Being
yeah.
one of my favorite pictures that Katie's done.
I think I like this one the best in the series. The illustrations were so much fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, Katie's wonderful.
Yep. Katie does beautiful work as well. And then, all right, Thea, we're going to pick on you. Tell us about Mousedraken 2, and then if you want to put a little bit about what else you're working on, without giving too much away.
The second Mousedraken has a color-changing unicorn.
Hmm.
Whatever his mood is the color he changes to. And he helps Christian through some depression. And I don't want to give too much away, so
Yeah,
you have to
there you
read the
go.
book.
Yeah. And matter of fact, I am chit-chatting with the American, it's like AADA or ADAA. It's the American Depression Association. To get, because the Mousedraken, I just lost it. Curse of the Laxness. I've been saying vapor so much now I can't remember the first title. That one is, she's actually an officially endorsed All's Authors Association author with that book. And so is Carmen, actually. Carmen's second book is The Monster Dog, a small dog with a large heart, a big heart, learns about Alzheimer's. And that, yeah, so both of you guys have All's Authors endorsed books. And so we will be working on that. But yeah, I want to get this all over the place. So there you go. All right, do you want to tell us a little bit about what else you're working on?
I am working on an adult psycho horror book.
You're veering off. It's kind of like how Ray put out a dark fantasy psychological horror thriller book and then writes Boogly and Itchy Pants.
Yep. Well, I went from working with the elderly to working with children. Now I work in family law, so.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you probably have good material, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Anyway, all right. And before we get to Emma here, I just want to remind everyone that there's actually Brad on here as well. You can't see him, but he's the guy who facilitates all this. So if you put a question in the chat box for us, he's going to let me know what your question is, because that's the only way we know you exist. We have no idea who's watching this right now. Hopefully there's lots of people, but we don't know. So you need to write a question, ask a question. Oh, we have a question, and it's from Sandy Garlow. Okay, Sandy, hold on. I got to pick on Emma first, and then we'll get back to you. All right, Emma, you're on. You got to unmute yourself and let us know what you've been working on and what's been going on in the last 6 weeks in your life.
Well, I haven't had any new books come my way to proofread, but I'm sure I hear that there's a lot that's going to be coming, but I know with the move and everything, it hasn't been happening as much, but still been reading for fun, so less for work. Although when I do it for this, it's fun too. So, but my music therapy work that I do the rest of the time is going well. Obviously with COVID, it's treading lightly in many places, but still good, and still planning my wedding too. So my fiance just got his suit last week, so
When
still
is
doing little things.
the date?
May 21st.
Okay. Yeah, you said that last time. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, you should probably get really working on reading that book.
Yeah, I
May
will.
is going to be here soon.
I know. I'm a quick reader, so
And you mentioned that you haven't seen a book yet. Chelsea sent me a PDF of a proof of crafts create change. Oh, you've already read that though.
yes, I helped edit that one. I'm super excited about that book, by the
Chelsea,
way. So
would you look at Chelsea and Alicia have been working on this for like ever. Can
yeah,
you do one more glance through?
sure.
Okay, Chelsea,
Yeah.
send that to Emma.
Okay.
Yeah, I did like the nitty gritty, like reformatting stuff. So
Yeah.
it'll be cool to see it all together too.
And actually, Thea, you said Isabella would be interested in doing. Now see,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
working already. So would she have time tonight to glance through the book?
I believe so. She's
Okay.
at work right now. She gets in at 8, so.
Okay, well, have her email Chelsea, because, okay, anyone else? All right.
All right.
I always, before we go on, I just want to like plug another book. So I'm a music therapist, and I let one of my fellow music therapists borrow the Give a Little Snuggle book that I got, because she works with a lot more younger kids. I'm mostly with older adults. And she said that the kids have been absolutely loving it. So
Oh, good.
I'm super excited. I know she has some more books coming out. I know there's already another one. So I'm gonna have to get my hands on those, but great for music therapy too. So
Good. All right, so
Yay.
Regina, if you're watching, you have groupies. Well, actually, Regina's had groupies ever since these books came out in May. I won't say names or anything, but about a week or two ago, there's a family that lives in Utah, and the dad right now is in Minnesota for work for an undetermined amount of time. So he bought 2 of each book and sent, one of each copy to his family in Utah, and then has the other copies, in Minnesota. Because these two orders came in like within 5 minutes of each other, and I thought, oh, well, that's really weird that one Give a Little Snuggle and one Bedtime Rhyme goes here, and another one goes, oh, they have the same last name. Okay, same last name and everything. Well, he wrote a really nice review on the Bedtime Rhyme that he gets on the phone every night, and he's got little kids that read back to him, and they sing the song together, and they read the books together. And so, yeah, Regina's story songbooks are really, they're nice, and they're well put together. And Matthew he's the illustrator. If anyone gets down to Decorah and you see murals all over the sides of the buildings out in Decorah, Matthew Havron is the guy who does that, and he also illustrates all of Regina's books. So, okay, we have questions. Oh, one other thing, in the last 2 weeks, I think, we've had 3.5 new people start. Well, not even really. Sarah is also part of our editing department, but she's also doing sales for us up in the Minneapolis, Twin Cities metro and surrounding area. And then we hired Colleen out of South Carolina and Eric out of Seattle, Washington. And oh dear. What?
Kathy in Michigan.
Oh gosh, Kathy in Michigan.
Is that really loud?
I'm starting to lose track. So hello to all of you guys. Kathy, I am so sorry. I'm just, there you go. Confused. Okay, so from Sandy, says, Kiersten, just before I came on here, I saw you were looking for a quick reader to do tonight, but still need someone. I just finished a beta read for Jason yesterday. And okay, so Sandy, I will get you in touch with Chelsea after this, and you guys can chit chat. Sandy's one of Jason's beta readers, has been since the beginning of time. and a very lovely lady who doesn't live too far away from me, as a matter of fact. But anyway, she's also part of the Deep Valley Book Festival Committee, which has the virtual Cabin Fever Free event coming up on March 5th. Of course, I'm on the planning committee. You can see why I can't remember people's names. Anyway, all right. And okay, so that's from Sandy. So thank you, Sandy. Peggy writes, Peggy is the illustrator for some of Paula's books. I don't know if we've gotten her in with other people. Well, she should. Matter of fact, there's an author on my Facebook that, you know, if he comes on board, I'm hooking him up with Peggy. But anyway, hi, Chelsea. I finally get to meet you. This is Peggy, the illustrator for many of Paula Moorehart's books. Question for you. Do I make you crazy sometimes? Okay, so truth or dare? Peggy wants to know if you are.
No, Peggy's, oh God, this sounds so loud. Am I blowing your guys' speakers?
No, you're fine.
Okay, just imagining it then.
Okay.
Peggy's been really great to work with. Her art's great and she's really responsive and nice in emails. Mostly I drive myself crazy sometimes. That's my big thing. So, yeah. Peggy, you should join us on a Fox Talk sometime so I can like meet you, you know?
That's true. And if you ever are wondering about Peggy's illustrations, if you go to Jester Studios, Jester Studios, that's Peggy McDowell. She's out of Wisconsin. She does beautiful work. Okay, and then Sandy writes again, when you order Amy Harlow's book, can we get it autographed? I have a hedgehog doll I found before Christmas to go with it. All right. Yes, you can. And so, Amy, I will give you Sandy's information and we'll figure out, you know, you send a book from New Jersey, autographed and all, and we'll figure out that or what. We'll take care of it, Sandy. We'll take care of you.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I would love to. That sounds wonderful.
Yep. And yeah, I was on a bunch of phone calls over the last, well, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and today, trying to get Amy set up for book events, author events. And I've been sending her all sorts of emails and ideas, and we're going to throw her into it. Matter of fact, though, is it March or April? You've got a new little one?
April
Okay.
April 15th. Yeah, you can't see the belly from the shoulders up, but I have a big belly right now. So.
Well, very cool. Congrats. Do we know boy or girl, or we're not going to know?
Boy, we know. So I'm officially a boy mom.
Yeah,
my
you
dog,
are.
My first son, now a second. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have all boys forever. But I'm excited.
Is Crawford looking forward to being a big brother?
He is. I don't know if he really knows what's going on, but I think he'll really like it. I think he'll sort of fall into the role pretty well.
I'm sure Jackson is like, this looks familiar.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Right,
I know what's
probably
coming
smell
next.
Different. Yeah, exactly.
One of the future Harlow books should be another baby fox is born. And then the two.
That might be the third. That might be part of it. Yeah. Yeah, the thoughts in my head there for sure.
Well, can we ask kind of a just like kind of a synopsis of what the second of the Harlow book is without giving it too much away?
Yeah, so I'll sort of do the second and the third. So the second is going to be about Finn, the fox, or, Crawford, my son, sort of going off to school, going off to daycare, and sort of the dilemma having this best friend now that you spend all your time with, and then they're gone. So how do what happens now? And then the third conceptually is going to be about another baby in the mix, and maybe Jack or Finn and Harlow team up against the new baby. So there's some cute ideas that we can play around with there.
That is cute. Oh gosh, I was just gonna ask you something. Isn't that awful? I'll remember it again. I'm gonna get Carmen talking here though. Carmen, how is your caretaker book going?
I don't have any idea.
So
It's
I need to make a
stuck with
phone
my
call
son.
to John.
Yeah, it's just, he's so busy. And he's
Okay.
wanting to edit it. And I don't know where he is with it, and I just don't push him because he's so busy.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Carmen's got a caretaker book for Alzheimer's.
For adults. For
And I'm
adults.
really,
Yep, for adults.
Yeah.
Yep.
really
there's-
looking forward to reading it.
With Alzheimer's, and this is the cover. Can you see it?
Yep. Yep.
And John took the picture, so it's my husband and then my grandchild many years ago. And that's the
Okay.
cover. So we have the cover, and I haven't seen it for years now, but John's got the book.
Well, if if he's too busy, if he wants to just send it to me and tell me what his goals are, I can probably just take it over. So
I can just send well, if he's watching this or winds up watching it, he'll be like, oh, it was planned, but I'll just give him a friendly nudge email,
hi, how's it going?
how's it going? I hear you have a book.
He's really busy. And his work's very demanding, and
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, okay, I remember what I was gonna say with Amy. Now, I know you've got your personal and you've got your author Facebook pages. Are the pictures of your little one and your dog on your author page?
I think they do. So it's funny. I feel like I'm more ramped up on Instagram. That's just typically what I
Okay.
use. But I do need to make sure that if I post on Instagram, it posts to Facebook. So
Okay,
if anyone has social media tips, I feel like I'm an old soul. I feel like I'm not as good at social media as I probably should be. So any tips or tricks from anyone here, I would love to hear them.
well, actually, someone remind me that, yeah, I do have an idea for your Facebook page. It needs to have you have your author page, and then it should be because you can only have, it's easier to move books by Amy Kerns or Harlow the Hedgehog series or something. We can move that around and stuff, but we'll talk about that later. We won't talk business. This is how easy I slide right into business. People ask me, how are you doing? I'm like, oh my gosh. And then, and then people
Yeah.
kind of get that glazed over look and they're like, okay. And then they turn around and walk away. So
At the holidays, after my mom and my little brothers had helped my husband and I move, we were trying to all relax together and stuff. And mom and I would just start talking, and it would instantly turn to business. And the guys would all be like, oh, okay, we'll be in the other room. Bye.
busy. And also, but Amy, what's your Instagram handle that people can go check out the Harlow the Hedgehog reason for being?
Yeah, it should be author Amy Kerns. Everything is really author Amy Kerns, so I keep it pretty simple.
Yeah, that is a good idea too. That's definitely a good idea. Keeping it simple with your name involved. All right, and then Thea, do you have anything else coming down the track for Mouse Draken number 3, or?
I have one started, and it's pretty much on the isolation we've all been dealing with.
Yeah.
I've been working on that for
Perfect.
probably about 3 months.
Okay.
I
Well,
need that book.
All of us need that book. Well, I can probably tell you right now that would be probably a bestseller right there for you. And yeah. All right. And so Emma, do you think, have you given any thought to my urging that there's a book inside of everyone? Well, that's AJ's line, actually. There's a book inside everyone.
It's funny because every once in a while I come up with these weird book ideas based on our animals,
Mhm.
that teach really more self-esteem kinds of things. Like I have 2 cats, they're sisters, but their body types are wildly different.
Mhm.
So learning about body acceptance that way, or teaching sharing because we have a dog that just likes to mark his place a lot. So yeah, I just get really random ideas. So maybe one day, if my work slows down, I'll be able to actually write it along with my fiance. Probably we'd work together.
Mhm. Well,
But you never know.
you should do that. Kids books and then throw in some cute little animals into it. And
Mhm.
all three of these, well, and I have a cute little animal too. Scout is one of my books that came out last summer. Is Spunky around?
Yeah, let me get him. Hold on.
Okay. All right. My reason for Scout. Scout is actually on I don't have the book. Well, you're gonna see. His name is Spunky. He's actually my grandpuppy. I don't have any grandchildren. I have grandpuppies. Well, one. And he was there he is. All right, yeah, turn on the mic there. Hey, Spunky. Spunky. He's like, okay, I hear Grandma. Where is she?
Where's Grandma?
And now he's gonna yawn. See,
Is
I
Grandma
got-
here?
Spunky. Poor thing.
He is so cute.
Isn't
So,
he? He's my little
Spunky
buddy.
he's my I'm just losing the word. My well, that's
Grandpuppy?
Yeah, well, no, he's my grandpuppy, but my
Inspiration.
thank you. I'm going impetus. No, that's not it. I knew it was an I word. Inspiration for Scout. So yeah, for all the dogs I've ever had, because I've had dogs all my life. Matter of fact, isn't Jackson a German Shepherd mix?
German Shepherd, Bernese Mountain Dog. Yeah.
Oh my
next.
gosh, she's big.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah. Way back when the dinosaurs flew around, my parents brought me home from the hospital to a German Shepherd. So I have had dogs all my life. And
Dogs are the best.
yeah. And so yeah, Thea, do you have dogs? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
they're the ones who usually are barking through this, but
Oh,
they're
that's
actually
right, that's
behaving
right.
today.
Don't give them any ideas.
You got two, right? And they don't like each other?
Technically 3. My daughter has one upstairs.
Okay. Well,
But the 2 down here, they get along just fine.
Well, that's good.
very cool. All right. So, and then also it occurred to me, I should probably tell everyone what I've been doing. Let's see, I got to drive a moving truck across Nebraska in December because that was fun. Actually, the weather held out really nicely for us. I mean, it could have been really not good. But on the way out there, it was like 50 degrees and sunny. And I'm like, this is awesome. But yeah, I got to drive the moving truck and get everyone moved in, and then we got to drive back just in time for an ice storm in Minnesota, one of several it seems to be.
And COVID.
And COVID, yeah. Oh, that's right, yeah. Brad and Zach had COVID as soon as we got back.
Fully
I-
vaccinated. Wear masks, all that.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
picked it up
sometimes
at a
that just
gas
happens.
station along the way, I'm sure, somewhere, who knows, whatever. And let's see, this year, I swear I'm going to do my third and final novel of my Corner Confessions series. I swear. Now, Emma, have you read the first 2 books then?
Yeah,
Okay. Did you like them?
yeah, I did.
Okay, good. That would probably explain why you're like, yay.
I'm excited for the third one because it's kind of like a cliffhanger, like the other like side plot apart from the confessions, just kind of like you're just like, what's gonna happen next?
I know. Didn't you love the way the second one ended? I laughed because, I'm evil. And that's
Evil.
evil. Dr. Evil. Actually, Thea, have you read the books yet? I know you have them.
Yes, I read them right away, and I'm like, I need the third one.
Well, good. Yeah, I have people who chase me around Twitter, Facebook. Matter of fact, when we went to the Minnesota the Minnesota Twin Cities Book Festival, guy comes up to me and goes, "Are you Kiersten Hall?" I'm like, "Sure." I'm like, "Who's asking?" And he's like, "You wrote the Corner Confession series." I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "So when's the third one coming out?" I'm like, like, okay, fine. I don't even know who this person is. It's like, I will do it. So yeah, I am long overdue on that, and I know that's bad. But I also have a book called Ollie's New Family. It's about my pet octopus that I used to have in the late 80s. And yes, I used to have an octopus, and his name was Ollie. And it's Chelsea has to thin it down though, because I think it's like a 72-page book.
Yeah, it's super long.
It's super long, long-winded. I'm an author. We tell stories. Okay, if you happen to be watching, you need to ask a question. So far we have we have Peggy. Peggy wanted to know if she bothers Chelsea. And so far so good. But so Peggy's in the running for a book. And we have Sandy, who's gonna get an autographed copy of Harlow the Hedgehog from Amy. And okay, we are giving away the Mouse Draken book. And actually, rather than assigning everyone's books, you guys just get a choice. We have Mouse Draken, and we have the Monster Dog, and we have Harlow. There you go. Harlow Learns He's Loved. And we have the fifth in the World of Difference, Care Deeply, right there. And the sixth one comes out into March, actually. Yeah, Kim gets busy. She is a busy woman and very talented and busy. All right, so let's see, what time is it here? It is 6:36. Okay, let's think of a good question. Who has a good question? Oh, come on, look live, people.
Favorite flavor of ice cream?
Favorite flavor of ice cream. All right, Thea, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream and why? Inquiring minds want to know. What?
I like cookies and cream, but I'm not supposed to have ice cream, so I don't get it very often.
Oh no.
God, I'm sorry.
Okay, that was a horrible question, Chelsea.
God, sorry. I missed that part in sensitivity training.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in knowing when people write. When they
Okay.
have a particular time of day or whatever.
All right. So yep, Carmen's on task. All right, Carmen, when do you write?
I get ideas and I put them on Post-its and I post the Post-its and then eventually I sit down and just write the book.
And
And
she
I write very quickly.
yeah, and she will also wake up with ideas, and she'll sometimes laughing. She's laughing when she wakes up.
And
Mhm.
sometimes, yeah, and sometimes I don't remember, but it's written down and I crack up trying to read it and then reading it.
Mhm.
So now I leave my glasses by the yellow pad so that I can read it the next day.
And actually, Emma, you were pointing out that maybe one of these days you'll write and stuff. Jason, he gets up, well, I mean, that's just kind of neurotic, but he gets up at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and he writes for like 2 hours. Yeah, it's about 4:30 in the morning, writes for 2 hours. He pounds out 1,000 words in the morning and then gets ready to go to work, and then teaches English, high school English all day long. Yeah. Yeah, and here's me who should have had my third novel out 2 years ago. Anyway.
What have you been doing?
I don't know. Just spending way too much time on social media and chit-chatting on live streams. Oh my gosh.
You doing the TikTok, Mom?
No, but I've had actually a lot of people who are like, you should get onto TikTok. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, Fox Pointe right now has 14 different social media pages on, I think, 5 different platforms. And right now we're coming in around a little over 75,000 followers. And I used to worry about having to entertain 4 children. So if you ever see me going on spurts, and especially Instagram, you'll see I'll post like 20 things up at a time and then I'll disappear. Back when Instagram first came on, people who know me, they were always like, you should get on Instagram. You're so funny. You're so much fun. You'd have a great Instagram. And all I could think to myself is, I sit at my desk all day. It's like, ooh, here's a picture of my stapler. And here's a paper clip. Oh, look, my computer. Wow. I mean, so yeah. coming up with material. All right, Thea, when do you like to write?
Probably mornings, because the entire time I sleep, I dream of this book that I'm writing. If my mind could work as fast as or if my hands could work as fast as my mind, I'd have my book done already.
I think that book that you're putting together should be pretty interesting, actually, especially if you're pulling material off your current job.
So far, my daughter said she really likes it, so
Okay. And did she go by Belle or Bella or Isabella or Hey You or no, I'm kidding.
usually Belle.
Belle. Okay.
Ew.
I
Well,
don't
that's
want
my
to call
name,
her.
Mom.
Well, I don't want to call her Isabella if that's the name she gets yelled at. You know, if she's in trouble, then it's her full name. You know, we already discussed that. Full names of, you know. Matter of fact, when I was naming my kids, I would shout all their names in full because it has to roll when you're yelling and if they're doing something wrong. And so all of my kids' names just roll. So, of course, there's a lot of times back when they were small, I would, like Chelsea, I would call her all of her all of her brothers' names and then all the dogs' names. I'd be like, look, I know where you live. I will find you. The same with all of their siblings. All right, Peggy writes, question, are you really organized in your workspace or are you messy? Just so you know, I am messy. All right, so we'll finish this. Amy, when do you like to write?
So I sort of have two pieces. It's like the storytelling and then the writing, right? So storytelling, I feel like I think about in my head all day, like when I'm driving my son to school and right, you think about the details and how it'll work. And then in terms of like sitting down and writing it out and revising and that whole process, I typically do at night just because I have a little more time on my hands. But
I always, I sit here and I think, oh, you know, I'll be in the middle of something. I'm like, oh, that would be a good storyline. But, you know, I have to follow my to-do list and get everything done. And then I forget. Anyway, one of these days I'll do that. Chelsea, you said you're going to have your first novel out in 2 or 3 years.
Well, believe it or not, I think I already said that 1.5 years ago. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Maybe you don't fall too far from the tree of I'll get to it when I get to it.
I've got this book of ideas, and it's actually one of those like leather bound journals that you gave to me. And it just I feel like they're really great ideas. I'm probably biased. But yeah, finding the time to write, it's like finding the time to have kids or something, you know, I just gotta do it.
Well, I know that Ray has volunteered to be your editor.
Oh yeah.
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 Payback is what that is. Matter of fact, you have a lot of people who have offered to be your editor and your proofreaders and your alpha readers.
Oh God.
Oh God. Maybe they'll just
Be
steal
gentle.
his ideas. Well, yeah, Ray's first book, Shadow Speak, which is excellent, by the way, if you guys haven't read that yet. Emma, you've read that? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think I was a beta reader for that one.
Yep. Yeah, and that's actually the middle one of, is she working on Shadow Mark right now? I think that's the official first one. Okay. It took her, what, 8 years and 6 rewrites, or 6 years and 8 rewrites, or something like that. And then Chelsea.
Yeah, I think she started writing it either in high school or in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's come a long way since the first draft.
Yep.
In terms of, you know, the plot and the characters and everything, but I really like her storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Yeah.
just really innovative with her plots and stuff.
In college, she was into kids' stories to begin with, but then got into Brothers Grimm, and that's where that all morphed into Shadow Speak. Besides, she and her grandma were watching something about a documentary about Vikings, and yeah, that's where all that went into. But all right, so Peggy wants to know, are we organized in our workspace or are you messy? Amy, are you organized or messy?
I'm a messy organized, if that makes sense. Things are messy, but it's like also really organized, and I know where things are, so it's my own version of organized, I guess.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
just
There's a reason why all of you see the back of my office door, because we're not going to go look. It's a rule in the universe that if you put anything on my desk, you will never see it again, ever, like ever. Carmen, are you organized or messy?
I don't know.
Well, I think you're pretty organized.
Well,
You
right
have a
now,
pretty
I
clean
think
room, or
I'm
clean house.
kind of looking at a mess up here. But
your messes though, if they ever happen, they're very like contained to one area,
Yeah.
and like they're not there for long, you know.
it depends.
Mhm.
What's going
Well,
on
you
or not going on.
you have a very clean house. Chelsea and I have both been in your house, and it is just impressive. And she's got that white carpet behind her. How old is your carpet?
25 years.
Yeah, 25 years old, and it looks like showroom quality. And I go in there and I'm kicking off my shoes. She's like, no, just wear your shoes. I'm like, no. My mom I wouldn't be sitting here if I was walking around on white carpet with shoes back. No. Anyway, and is that Tossie, the monster dog I hear there?
Oh,
No, that's mine.
Oh,
that's my
one
monster
of-
dog.
one of yours. Okay. All right. Thea, are you messy or organized?
Messy. I think most authors are like just a little messy somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we're artistic people. We're creative.
We have too much on our mind to worry about putting things in separate files.
And Emma, how is your workspace? Messy or organized? And if you were to become an author, would you be messy or organized?
I'm very organized, so I think I'd keep being very organized. Although, you know, whenever like you mentioned, like with creation and stuff, like
Mhm.
sometimes it has to become messy before it becomes organized. So maybe it would be like a little bit of both, but normally I'm very organized.
I
So
think age makes a big difference. I have to be organized so that I'm going to be 90 soon,
Yes.
so that my son can take over all the mess. So I think age makes a big difference. I'm a lot better organized. I use the shredder a lot more than I
Oh.
ever have in my life. So I think that truly, I think age makes a big difference.
Do you have any plans?
Carmen, what is?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask what Carmen's secret was. She looks amazing for almost being
Yeah.
90. You would fool me.
Really?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting pretty
Yeah.
wrinkled.
It's what?
I'm getting pretty wrinkled. Face wrinkles. You can't see me up close now.
She's a very healthy person,
Yes, she is.
who has like backpacked or like bicycled across Europe, and you know, she drinks red wines, or you know, she used to. Like, she's a paragon of health. So
I exercise every day. I think that's helped.
And she does yoga every Saturday morning. And she's a social butterfly. I mean,
I've been at home too much.
yeah, I know. This COVID thing. I can hide in my house for days on end, but I felt, bad for you, obviously, because you are such a social butterfly. And
people.
yeah. So do you have any plans for your 90th birthday coming up here?
No.
You're not going to go biking across Europe anytime soon?
No, I did that kicking and screaming. That was my husband's idea.
You did that, what, 4 times or 16
4 times in 5 countries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't balance well because I have scoliosis. So I just whined about it. But he loved it so. And then I realized now that's the great adventure of my life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'd
Well,
love to
all
do
right.
that.
Okay, well, there's a good thing. All right, so Carmen had the adventure of her life, whining all the way across Europe on a bike. So, okay. All right. Thea, what would be your great adventure in life? You get to almost 90 years old. You're 2 months away from 90 years old. What do you want be your greatest adventure?
Probably going to South Dakota. It's beautiful out there.
Well, yeah. Well, that's just like next door.
I know, but it's
You haven't been
beautiful.
out there yet?
I've been out there.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you've got pictures on your Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, very cool. I should let you know about a book show that's going on out there. Maybe you and AJ can tag a table out there. She's got a table out there. So does Jason, coming up in June. All right. So Emma, what would be your lifelong adventure coming into 90 years old?
Is this something we've already done or something we hope to do?
Well, I don't know. You get to 90 and either whatever, your choice. It's your life. I don't know what you've done.
You better do it before.
I mean, I've always wanted to go on like a cruise around like Antarctica. I really liked penguins when I was younger, and was really into like marine biology and stuff like that. But now I live in Minnesota, so it's like cold enough here. But
But we
But I-
don't have penguins.
yeah, well, or I've thought about like going on like some kind of a trip in Alaska.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Apparently. I like cold places, but I don't like it
Apparently.
here. I don't like how cold it is today, but
You want to visit
Go
cold.
figure.
You don't want to live in cold.
yes,
Exactly.
I want to visit and be in like some foreign place. Yeah.
I gotcha.
All right, Amy, you're 2 months away from 90 years old. What is your greatest adventure you've done?
Such a good question. I feel like that's such a hard thing to think about, but I would maybe say going on safari. I've always wanted to go on a safari in Africa. I think it's just such a great adventure, and I love animals. I feel like the whole experience would just be life-changing. So that's what I would say.
That's the same thing my mom wants to do. My mom is, I don't know if that's going to happen. She'll be 84 in June. Although she's been a winter Texan for 29 years. The only year she didn't go down to Texas was 2020. But matter of fact, she coming into 2020 into winter, hanging out in Minnesota, she goes, I don't even own a winter coat anymore. I'm like, wow. Because when she first started going down there, she would she would go out and do water aerobics in the pool at 84 degrees in January. And then she'd call me from her deck, and she had a place down in Corpus Christi, and she'd call me and she'd be like, oh, we're just sitting out here having, mojitos or whatever it happened to be. And it's just beautiful. And I'm sitting up in tundra, Minnesota, south of Canada, negative 35 is the temperature. I'm like, yeah, okay, goodbye. Our conversation is over. All right, Chelsea, what would you do if you were your great adventure?
Oh,
Or have
Well,
you already done that?
I got to study abroad in India for a semester, and I got to see a fair amount of the country. But I'd like to do something international with the husband.
The husband.
The husband. There's a lot of countries that we want to visit. We like, trying new foods and stuff. So maybe somewhere in South America or Asia or something. Yeah, there's a lot of places to visit. It's kind of hard to narrow it down, honestly.
Yeah. Well,
John studied in India too.
oh, very
Oh, that's
cool.
cool. Very nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he studied in Hong Kong and Malaysia.
I know
Wow.
that he jumped off the plane or something and went trekking across Tibet.
Tibet, sneaked into Tibet.
Yeah.
when he was young.
Oh. There's someone for you that should write a memoir.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's got some interesting stories.
Actually on his sneaking into Tibet.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
But
that would be just.
he hasn't looked at it for 20 years, but I've got half of it here at the house.
Oh, I think that'd be pretty fun. Well, I personally would like to just take a trip and without any time
Constraints.
constraints. It's like, bye, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'll call you, maybe.
Just make plans as you go along, and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's my really, and the sooner I can start that, the better I'll be. Or, I just wind up, that, not that I'm Under the Tuscan Sun or whatever that movie was, kind of got that whole inkling thing going. And then I know the Eat, Pray, Love, but it's not even based on that. It's just I'm leaving Minnesota. I've been here way too long. I need to leave. Bye. See ya. So that is my goal. And there you go. All right. So it's 6:56. We're going to do one other thing. You guys get to say whatever you want. You can pitch your book. You can whatever you want to do. And so I'm going to pick on Thea first. Go.
Keep reading. And always follow your dreams.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, I met Thea and I have known each other for what, 7-8 years now? Something like that. I was in her workplace and her manager knew that I wrote a book and she's like, you gotta meet Thea. She wrote a book too. And I'm like, just kept tabs with each other. But anyway, so Mousetrack and Vapors of Sadness. Really should get this. Great for children. Really great for anyone. And it covers depression. And that I was reading that 1 out of 2 or 3 kids, 1 out of 3 kids under the age of 8 has depression. I mean, it's very prevalent. So yeah. Okay, what are you laughing about?
Quoting a statistic, A+.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I was just reading it yesterday because I was on that American Depression Association, seeing who I could possibly get a hold of to say, I have a book for you. All right, Emma, what would you like to say?
If you need someone to beta read or proofread your book, let me know.
Yeah.
There you go.
She's really good at it.
Yep. And it's been a year, I think. Was it a year? It's been 2 years.
It's been, I think, maybe like a year and a half because I beta read or alpha read for an author here in Albert Lee during the pandemic.
Okay.
And then I got a hold of you afterward.
Yep.
When I saw the thing with Sweet Reads.
Yeah. I remember sitting there and you're like, John, who was recording, he's like, well, Emma says, I'm like, I know her. So there you go. Yes. All right, Carmen, what do you want to say?
Well, I'll just read you the last line of Tassi's last book. It says, I wish you joy wherever your paws take you.
Did you guys do the thing where the paws? Yeah, everything is stamped with Tassi's paw. That's cute. And then I think it was the 4th book, Life's Lessons Learned, that has the paw prints. She walks across the page.
Yes.
Yeah. So. These are very, very well illustrated and designed.
Illustrated.
Yep. Katie and Chelsea have done a beautiful job on these books. And Kathy up in Michigan has a whole market of people she's going to be showing these to. Matter of fact, she probably is getting her books. I sent one of each book out to everyone. So they're getting them between today, Wednesday, and Thursday. So lots and lots of books going out. All right, Amy, what do you want to say to the world?
I would just say that this is the sweetest story. It's a great gift for 2/2/22, right? Hedgehog Day, or Valentine's Day, which is also coming up. It's really about love and acceptance and family. So There you go. Got the heart right there. It's really, it really is such a sweet story. So I'm hoping everyone that reads it just loves it and feels connected to it. So.
Well, you know, I know gnomes are a big thing, but hedgehogs are a big thing too. I mean, they have been for a few years.
Yeah, woodland creatures have gotten pretty big recently. Who doesn't love a cute little hedgehog and cute furry foxes, and everyone in there is adorable.
They are. Well, I mean, who couldn't love a face like that, right? All right, yes. Harlow the Hedgehog. If you need autographed copies, get a hold of me. I'll get a hold of Amy. We'll figure it out. Sandy, we got you covered. Don't worry about that. But yes, there you go. And they're up for pre-order. And Chelsea, what do you want to say? Signing out.
World peace. Just world peace. You know,
Okay.
just think on it.
Sounds good. Okay. Anyway, and what I will say is thank you for joining us for the January 2022 Fox Talk Facebook Live. We're going to be back in February. Of course, I don't know what what is it, the 4th? We're on Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. It's the 4th Tuesday, which I don't know what that date is, but there you go. All right. So all of our books, we are at 65 active titles. I think right now, 65 active titles. Wow. And we do about 2 or 3 a month. A good solid 3 a month is about the way of doing it. And so you can find all of those at foxpointepublishing.com. That's FOXPOINTE publishing.com. Chelsea, how many projects do we currently have in production right now? Wild guess.
I don't know, probably 40. Yeah, there's a lot.
You know, do yourself a favor, just get onto our webpage, that first homepage. You can click on any one of those book covers. It'll go into the book information page. You can link up to the author and their author page and the book previews. And I mean, everything in the kitchen sink is on that webpage. And by all means, take the opportunity to follow all of our authors on their social media pages. They're on Instagram and Twitter, and I don't know if we even have any on TikTok, and lots of Facebook and all that kind of stuff. Oh, you're on TikTok? Well, Thea is more
I
progressive.
just recently joined it and I don't understand it. So,
Okay.
but there's a lot of fun videos on there.
I haven't gotten that far yet, but anyway. All right, so foxpointepublishing.com. We have our retail shop on there. All of our books are also available on Amazon and other various places. And
and there's something for everyone. It's not just kids books.
Yeah.
You know, there's tons of genres by some really talented authors.
Yeah.
Just find something you love and dig in.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff in there. And with our sales department and the world opening up a little more, oh my gosh, we are set to take over the world. It's gonna be a little slower. Someone asked me that about 2 weeks ago. They're like, what do you see for your company here in the next, I don't know, 3 or 5 years? I'm like, oh, we're gonna take over the world. He's like, no, seriously. I'm like, that was the only plan, really. I don't know. We're going to take over the world. He's like, you're serious? I'm like, yeah. Yes, of course I'm serious. Anyway, so that's our plan. foxpointepublishing.com, FOXPOINTE publishing.com. Please visit, buy books. We love writing and doing this for you. We will see you the last Tuesday of February. Thank you so much for joining. I will chat with Sandy and Peggy later. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.